If you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. If you make your bed every morning, you will have accomplished the first task of the day. It will give you a small sense of pride, and it will encourage you to do another task, and another, and another. And by the end of the day, that one task completed will have turned into many tasks completed. Making your bed will also reinforce the fact that the little things in life matter. If you can't do the little things right, you'll never be able to do the big things right. And if by chance you have a miserable day, you will come home to a bed that is made, that you made. And a made bed gives you encouragement that tomorrow will be better. To pass SEAL training, there are a series of long swims that must be completed. One is the night swim. Before the swim, the instructors joyfully brief the students on all the species of sharks that inhabit the waters off San Clemente. They assure you, however, that no student has ever been eaten by a shark, at least not that they can remember. But you are also taught that if a shark begins to circle your position, stand your ground. Do not swim away. Do not act afraid. And if the shark, hungry for a midnight snack, darts towards you, then summons up all your strength and punch him in the snout, and he will turn and swim away. There are a lot of sharks in the world. If you hope to complete the swim, you will have to deal with them. So if you want to change the world, don't back down from the sharks. Over a few weeks of difficult training, my SEAL class, which started with 150 men, was down to just 42. There were now 6 boat crews of 7 men each. I was in the boat with the tall guys, but the best boat crew we had was made up of the little guys, the Munchkin crew, we called them. No one was over 5'5". The Munchkin boat crew had 1 American Indian, 1 African American, 1 Polish American, 1 Greek American, 1 Italian American, and 2 tough kids from the Midwest. They out-paddled, outran, and outswam all the other boat crews. The big men in the other boat crews would always make good-natured fun of the tiny little flippers the Munchkins put on their tiny little feet prior to every swim. But somehow these little guys from every corner of the nation and the world always had the last laugh, swimming faster than everyone and reaching the shore long before the rest of us. SEAL training was a great equalizer. Nothing mattered but your will to succeed, not your color, not your ethnic background, not your education, not your social status. If you want to change the world, measure a person by the size of their heart, not by the size of their flippers. The 9th week of training is referred to as Hell Week. It is 6 days of no sleep, constant physical and mental harassment, and 1 special day at the Mud Flats. The Mud Flats are an area between San Diego and Tijuana where the water runs off and creates the Tijuana Sloughs, a swampy patch of terrain where the mud will engulf you. It is on Wednesday of Hell Week that you paddle down to the Mud Flats and spend the next 15 hours trying to survive the freezing cold, the howling wind, and the incessant pressure to quit from the instructors. As the sun began to set that Wednesday evening, my training class, having committed some egregious infraction of the rules, was ordered into the mud. The instructors told us we could leave the mud if only 5 men would quit. Only 5 men, just 5 men, and we could get out of the oppressive cold. Looking around the mud flat, it was apparent that some students were about to give up. It was still over 8 hours till the sun came up. 8 more hours of bone-chilling cold. The chattering teeth and the shivering moans of the trainees were so loud, it was hard to hear anything. And then one voice began to echo through the night. One voice raised in song. The song was terribly out of tune, but sung with great enthusiasm. One voice became 2, and 2 became 3, and before long, everyone in the class was singing. The instructors threatened us with more time in the mud if we kept up the singing, but the singing persisted. And somehow the mud seemed a little warmer, and the wind a little tamer, and the dawn not so far away. If I have learned anything in my time traveling the world, it is the power of hope. The power of one person, a Washington, a Lincoln, King, Mandela, and even a young girl from Pakistan, Malala. One person can change the world by giving people hope. So if you want to change the world, start each day with a task completed. Find someone to help you through life. Respect everyone. Know that life is not fair and that you will fail often. But if you take some risks, step up when the times are the toughest, face down the bullies, lift up the downtrodden, and never ever give up. If you do these things, the next generation and the generations that follow will live in a world far better than the one we have today. And what started here will indeed have changed the world for the better.
침대부터 정리하라. 여러분, 침대부터 정리하십시오. 제가 말씀드리는 거 제가 한 얘기는 아니고요. 네, 이 책입니다. 침대부터 정리하라라는 책이 있습니다. 이 책인데요. 침대부터 정리하라. 이 책의 저자입니다. 네, 미국 해군 대장이었습니다. 윌리엄 맥레이븐 제독께서 이야기했던 건데요. 2014년 5월 달에 텍사스 대학 졸업식 축사에서 이렇게 메시지 나눴던 것들이 그 학교 학생들에게 엄청난 열광의 도가니였죠. 굉장히 막 환호했었고요. 그 사람들에게 세상에 알려지게 됐던 메시지입니다. 이 메시지가 유튜브 영상들에 많이 이렇게 떠다니게 되었고요. 책으로 이렇게 나오게 됐습니다. 세상을 변화시키고 싶으신가요? 그럼 뭐부터 하라고요? 침대부터 똑바로 하세요라고 이야기하면서 굉장히 낭낭한 목소리 너무 멋있습니다. 아무튼 이 침대부터 정리하라라고 하고 있습니다. 뭐부터 하자고요? 사소한 것부터 하자고요. 아주 작은 것부터 시작하자고요. 막 거창하고 대단하고 엄청난 내 삶의 변화를 이끌 거야 라는 것이 아니라 아주 작은 것부터 시작하자라는 것입니다. 뭔가를 우리가 하고 있는 그 상태를 만들 때 우리는 변화의 가능성이 생깁니다. 엄청난 것이 아닙니다. 아주 작은 거요. 사소한 것의 힘을 경험해 보셨으면 좋겠습니다. 그래서 저는 여러분에게 늘 말씀드립니다. 독서하시고 감사일기 쓰시고 운동하자고요. 우리가 이 세 가지, 물론 이게 뭐 엄청 쉽지는 않을 수도 있지만 곰곰이 생각하면 누구나 할 수 있는 거잖아요. 독서 뭐 많은 분량 하라는 게 아니에요. 그냥 책 한 줄 읽을 수도 있는 거고요. 일기 쓰기 막 한 바닥 쓰는 게 아니라 숙제가 아닙니다. 이거 숙제가 아니에요. 뭐요? 한 줄 쓸 수도 있는 거고요. 내 마음을 이렇게 써볼 수 있는 거고요. 운동이요. 막 엄청 좋은 피트니스 센터에서 막 1시간 막 여러 개 돈 엄청 막 들여가면서 그런 게 아니라 어떻게 해요? 그냥 앉았다 일어났다 오늘 운동 끝. 이렇게 아주 작은 시작을 한번 해봤으면 좋겠습니다. 나만의 속도로 성장하는 세 가지 방법이기도 합니다. 여러분 만의 속도로 여러분이 속도 조절하셔서요. 여러분이 정말 그 에너지에 맞도록 이 세 가지 한번 도전해 보시면 좋겠습니다.